Welcome everybody. In today's video, we're visiting Madison Blue. This spring is located at a state park in Madison County, Florida. The flow was way up for our visit today, so it made the dive a little extra sporty. Seth is running the primary reel and tying into the main line while Emily and I clip off our O2. Now as we enter the cave, you'll see us using a technique called the pull and glide. Although we're not doing much gliding because the flow is absolutely ripping. If you're wondering what that noise was, that's me laughing through my regulator as I hold on for dear life and flash Emily the metal horns. The flow around that corner was so insane that it nearly blew me off and straight into Emily. Now we're coming into an area with a little less flow, so I re-secure my light. I let it dangle when I'm pulling and gliding, that way I can use both hands. I really enjoy this part of the cave as we swim through a larger room that drops into a smaller section. Now we're entering into an area where the passage opens up a little bit. Kind of just taking our time, pulling and gliding, checking out the cave, enjoying the dive. So the big circle Seth is giving me right now is a signal just to ask if I'm okay. A good way to check in on your team without having to turn around and disrupt the flow of the dive. Madison is just full of these really cool sections of cave. The pair lens and my light just don't do it justice. This is another area where the video just doesn't do it justice. Being there in person is a totally different experience. Cave divers use a gas management plan called thirds. Use 1/3 of your air to get in, 1/3 to get out, and you have 1/3 of reserve. Right now I'm about to flash Seth, let him know that I've hit my third so we can turn around and exit the cave. As I give them the signal to exit, I wait for both Emily and Seth to return the signal to make sure everybody's on the same page and we exit safely. Exiting this cave is going to be a lot less work because we can ride the flow on our way out. So usually I like to get out my GoPro and get some cool shots of my friends while we're on the dive. This usually works out nicely because I'm not kicking or pulling and gliding, I'm just riding the flow, getting the footage. So it makes for smoother and overall better quality footage. A video within a video, diveception, if you will. This is a good example of how relaxing it is on our way out. You can see Emily barely working, just gliding along, enjoying the dive. Again, this is why I like to record on the way out. However, what you're watching in this video is footage recorded from a paralens camera. For those of you who don't know, a paralens mounts to my mask, so it's hands-free, set it and forget it. It makes for really cool footage because you're getting the perspective of what I'm seeing in the cave. If you'll notice, I'm using a different light too. So I take my canister light, wrap it over my neck and let it dangle. The reason I don't use that for video is because it's got a really focused beam to punch out, good for signaling, however not the greatest for recording video. So I pull out a video light from my pocket and use it with the GoPro, and it turns out much better. What you'll see off to the left is called a habitat. That's typically for people doing exploration. These dives can get crazy long, 10, 11, 12, 13 hours. And when you're doing really long decompression, it's nice to be able to get out of the water, have something to eat, and do your decompression that way. Well, that pretty much wraps up our dive from Madison Blue. I appreciate you guys watching. Until next time.